Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex, and I'm so honored to be able to bring you Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node general update. Actually, general love and career and finance reading. So my format has changed. So now I'm able to do all 12 signs on a weekly basis because I am now doing one combination read with sectioned off parts for career, general, and love. I think I said that right. Whereas before I was just doing like separate readings for each category, which only allowed me time to do about 4 different signs. So anyway, I hope you all appreciate it. I missed you guys. So if you don't mind, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new and you find that this resonates, please join the Soul family by subscribing and turn it on that notification bell. The more engagement you get, the more likely the person is to see the video again, and the more likely they will recommend this video to others. So Spirit, what are the messages? Let's start with the general messages using the soul journey lesson cards, followed by some tarot. And then after that, we'll go into love. Okay, so Spirit, what are the general energy messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? I'm seeing the color green. I don't know if that's somebody's favorite color, or if it's some money on the table this week, something big going on for you guys. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Okay, let's see what we get. And friendship, empathy, and trust. So I think we're a little too close. I always do this. Let me back this up some. Y'all, sorry. Give me a second. I think that's better. We shall see. Let me make some space for everything. Okay, so friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. And trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So I really feel like a big theme for you all this week is about your connections with others and understanding that everybody has their own journey. So some of you may have some friend groups or connections where the dynamic has recently changed and maybe somebody's pulled away. Maybe they're not giving to you what you feel like you give to them. But Spirit is saying to remember that, for one, sometimes friendships are seasonal, and not necessarily the person in its entirety, but sometimes people go through cycles in life that actually pull them away energetically from being able to be the ideal textbook perfect friend. But we aren't perfect individuals, are we, Virgo? So I think Spirit is just asking you to kind of have some empathy for people and their different ways of dealing with life, and trust that a lot of you who feel like, okay, I know this person loves me, deep down you know. Spirit is saying, trust that inner voice and stop looking at a freeze frame of one particular moment in time. So this isn't about toxic relationships or situations in which you know that there has been a specific offense, like a wrong that cannot be undone. This is more about just having the ebbs and flows in your relationships, your connections with others, that don't always meet the perfect. Let me slow down. So a lot of times I see on Instagram or Twitter or especially TikTok, there's a lot of microwave psychological advice, meaning that we throw out these catchphrases that sound good, and they are good in context, right? Like, believe when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Well, of course, there's some scenarios in which that's true, especially in the dating realm. Like, don't continue to give people a chance to take advantage of you. But then there's times when you know the person's been a good friend to you and you catch them at a bad moment and they're not at their best and they don't they're not really able to be there for you. Not logistically, like time-wise, space-wise, money-wise. Yeah, they're able, but energetically, they just don't have it. And Spirit is saying that there may be somebody in your energy this week that you need to give some grace to, because even in their state of withdrawal, they need your understanding and empathy. Even if they're not opening up to you and talking to you, sometimes people just need you to be there unconditionally. Not, again, I'm not talking to you all who have situations where someone's abusing you or misusing you or, you know, anything like that. But if your friend's been a friend up until this point, or your sister's been a sister, your mother's been a mother, whoever it is, Spirit is saying, have some patience and understand that people don't always process things the proper way the first time around. And it takes some people some time. And sometimes they just need your presence, even though they're not able to verbalize what's wrong with them. Okay, so let's go into the tarot to see what we might need to release or do this week, what we can expect. Sometimes it's a continuation of the oracle message. Sometimes it's not, but we shall see. Spirit, what are the tarot messages for the general energy surrounding Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? What are the tarot messages surrounding the general energies for Virgo for the upcoming week? Okay, no, do, release, think about. So this seems like it's a bit of a different message from the oracle, so that's good. Sometimes you get a two for one. So you have a twofer. This is knowing that, you know, even though you are the Empress, you don't have to have the answers all the time. I feel like this is about a specific situation for somebody, but I don't know what the specifics are, if you get what I'm saying. So energetically, I feel like a lot of you, you know you're the Empress, which is good, and you're sitting in your power, and you feel like you're always supposed to do what Empresses do, which is be the strong one, be the one to guide people, kind of direct people to where they should be and when they should be, where they should be and when they should be there. But Spirit is saying this is not the time for action. This is a time for you to kind of sit back and watch things play out. Now, Two of Swords isn't so much about having a bird's eye view, but that's what I'm getting in this particular reading. You're being asked to sit back and let things play out. You need to release the need to always control the situation. Because you ultimately, a lot of times what we feel like we have control over, most of the time, the only real thing we have control over, and even that can be, you know, we can philosophize about that. But did I say that word right? Anyway, most of the time, the only thing or person we have control over is us and our actions, right? And even that's iffy. So this false need to feel like you're directing and controlling everything at all times, for some reason, is saying that Spirit is saying that you need to know that sometimes it's just a bunch of conflict. And see, for Five of Wands in this situation, Five of Wands is conflict, but it's also about people not hearing each other out. A lot of voices, a lot of opinions. Sometimes it could be inner conflict, but with external conflict, it's about a lot of noise being made. Like if you imagine the sound of all these wands clacking up against each other, but not a lot of damage being done. And on the flip side of not a lot of damage being done, not a lot of progress, if any, being made. So I think Spirit is saying, listen, we know that you're in your power. We know that you're a good manager of people and time. And you often can see the ways other people don't think of to help improve a situation. But right now, to put too much input into whatever this is energetically is just you adding on to the noise and your stress level. So this week, you're being asked, on one hand, for your friendships and your dynamics to have some, give some grace to people, somebody in your surrounding that might need you to just be an ear, or they might just need your presence and they aren't able to give much. This is someone who typically does give a lot and do a lot, or is reciprocal with you. And then also from the tarot, I'm getting to not contribute to the noise around you. It's only going to stress you out. Nobody's listening right now. So if that resonates for you, let me know, because that's very specific, I feel, anyway. So now let's go on to your love reading. I don't know why I feel like I have so much more room over here than over here. I think it's the size of these cards. I'm going to put these off to the side since we're done with them. Okay, so Spirit, what are the love messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? What are the love messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node? I'm starting off with Romance Angels, and then I usually, for the love messages, I kind of feel out what I get from the Oracle cards and then decide if I'm going to do Tarot, more Oracle combination, whatever. Romance is a bit more complicated sometimes. Unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately. Spirit, what are the love messages for the following week for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node? Free yourself. It is time to take back control of your life. Somebody else got that. I think it was Libra. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in the relationship. And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, of course, I'm going to need more clarity on this for yourself. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not. Got it. So I really feel like this is a message about you wearing a false mask. Yes, you, Virgo. I said you. So there's somebody in your energy that sparks a feeling. This is for singles, okay? And again, this is general. So this, if it's not you, just listen to the lesson. You know, you can always get something out of it. But anyway, there's someone in your energy that really awakens a part of you, I feel like, that may have been energetically asleep when it comes to love. And now that it's been awakened, the only thing you can think about is the pain from the past when you allowed yourself to feel this way again. Or when you allowed yourself to feel this way previously. Spirit is saying you have to find a way to, you know, the reason for this connection initially, and we'll pull some more to see if this is really like a full-on soulmate connection. But part of the reason for introducing this person into your life is that it's time to move on. And I think that maybe you thought you healed because there was no one there touching that space that was wounded. You didn't realize there was still a little bit of infection left there. So this person is here to reveal to you what you kind of tried to push to the side so that you can purge and cleanse that area. But they also could potentially be a life mate for you. But how you handle your healing will determine the outcome for this. Deception. And now the way that you're deceiving yourself, not only is it about healing, whether or not you've healed, it's about whether you actually want love. Because I feel a lot of you saying, I don't even want love. And it's not that I'm getting Spirit saying, is it that you don't want love or you don't want to be vulnerable? And therefore you've written off the possibility of love. Because love in itself is everywhere around us in all forms. But when we get into romantic love, there's a level of vulnerability there with romantic love that a lot of our other relationships don't require or necessarily even touch on. And it's an area that once wounded and taken for granted and hurt, it's hard to mend the pieces back together. And I feel a lot of you can attest to that. So what is it that you really don't want though? Because who wouldn't want love? And I'm not talking about just romantic love. Love is love is love. Now, the way it comes through, again, some ways are more risky than others. Is it the risk you don't want? Is it the possibility of being wrong that you don't want to deal with? And in that, Spirit is saying there needs to be some healing because there's a lot of things with beautiful outcomes that we don't throw away, right? The potential to make money from taking a risk, you know. Of course, if you got burned one time doing it one way, but then you have another great idea that you really believe in could make you a lot of money, most of us will eventually muster up the courage to go after that new pursuit in some way, shape, or form. But when it comes to love, this is one of those places where once some of us have been hurt, we swear off romantic love altogether, but won't do it in other areas of our life, and will continue to expose ourselves to the risk because it's a different level of vulnerability. But there's a strength in that. And Spirit wants you to see that. So let's do you, them, in the connection. And then we might do some Kipper. We'll see. Spirit, what are the messages for Virgo and their love interest? Virgo and their love interest for the upcoming week. What are the messages for Virgo and their love interest for the upcoming week? Let's pull the card for the connection first. Five of Wands. You and them. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you're clutching your coins and they're trying to give theirs away. The connection is in Five of Wands. Now, remember I said in the general reading, Five of Wands could be inner voice too, about a lot of the voices in your own head and at conflict with each other. And I feel like this is more so you towards the connection, but this is how you feel about the connection. You want love. I don't want the risk. This feels great. It feels like the same person. It feels like great, like the person who hurt me before. It started off great. Maybe I'll give this a chance. I'm fine being single for the rest of my life. It's like a back and forth in your head. But I think at surface level, you've really written it off like I'm just don't want a relationship. Your energy is Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can be about saving money, yes. But you see how she's clutching her purse, her coin purse? It can also be about being miserly, about holding on too tight to one's own one's own ideas about how things should be, one's own perception of things, right? It's like you made up your mind, okay, I'll be okay being single for the rest of my life. And you're holding on to that, but it's coming from a place of pain. So if you notice in this Four of Pentacles card, she's also closing her eyes to the 3D reality around her. So she's closing her eyes to the facts. So even if somebody came to her with a bag of coins, a bag of 100 coins, she's still so determined to clutch on to hers that she's willing on missing out on the 100 coins in the bag because she just refuses to open her eyes. So Spirit's like, listen, Virgo, you're going to miss out on a lot by holding on to dear life to this pain from the past as though you're hurting somebody else. You're just hurting yourself. They're in Six of Pentacles energy. So they're really open to give and take, but it's give and take. So yeah, definitely in a situation where if you don't, again, I said the connection, the outcome, long-term connection, and whether or not this is the one has a lot to do with your healing process. So Kipper usually just gives us more like 3D details. At least that's what I get out of it. At this point, just for kicks and giggles, because I think the main message is about you opening up to healing, as well as opening up to understand that this person really does care for you. Spirit, what are the messages for Virgo? Love message for Virgo. Okay. So this came out first. Message. Courthouse. Going to the chapel. Unexpected income. Yeah, this person really does want to have more than an equal exchange. I feel like this is a giver. This is someone who loves through showing kindness and acts of service and gift giving. It makes them feel good to have people they care for feel cared for. They like to do things for people. You can expect a message from them. Courthouse to me says that this person is actually going to try to make this situation official. Now, a lot of times that could mean marriage, but if this is early stages, I would say that this is someone who's actually looking for a formal commitment and not someone looking to just play around. Unexpected income, a lot of times for me, not only could mean money, it just depends on, you know, the signifiers around the card and what context we're talking about. And this, I think it really just means more to in regard to the Six of Pentacles energy, which is you, this person kind of comes unexpectedly in your life, and it's like you not been used to someone who honestly just wants to see somebody happy. So when they give, when they give compliments, when they do things, it's the way that they show their care and their love for a person. And it's not to necessarily get it back. I mean, I don't think this person is a dummy, but at the same time, I don't feel like they keep score. And this can be a form of unexpected income. It sounds janky, but you get what I'm saying. It is something that really lifts your spirit and makes you feel good. And you think it's a rarity nowadays. But this person comes with that way of thinking. Seeing you happy makes me happy. But if you don't heal that hurt, there is a potential there to shut them out. And because they are specifically Six of Pentacles, represented by the Six of Pentacles, if they feel like they are not getting back what they put in, and it doesn't mean dollar for dollar, phone call for phone call, date for date, it's more about energetically, they will withdraw. And I'm sorry to say, Virgo, I think you will be very hurt by this. So try to open yourself up this week to be more receptive to this. If it's somebody you're attracted to, okay? And be aware that your healing journey, because you're still healing, okay? Your statements about not wanting to be in a relationship might be more you needing to do some inner work, okay? And that's fine. Don't rush, but don't write it off, okay? So let's go. Let me restart. Okay, we're going to go into move this to the side as well. Career and finance. Oh, it's hot in this room, guys. So it's hot. I'm in Georgia. And it all of a sudden decided, Satan all of a sudden decided he wanted to open his stove. Turn the stove on. Ooh. Yeah, it's hot. Spirit, what are I'm going to start off with Moonology Oracle and then do some tarot. So what are the Oracle messages for Virgo for money, career, and finance for the upcoming week? What are the money messages for Virgo? What are the money messages, Spirit, for Virgo for the upcoming week? It's time to take action. Don't let pride get in your way. Have faith in your dreams, and nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, some of you have an opportunity to do something career-wise or participate in something that could bring in a lot of money, but you're not able to do it in the capacity in which you would like. So if you feel like you should be in charge, yet they got somebody else in charge of this whole shebang. Spirit is saying don't let your ego or your pride get in the way. Sometimes God promises us blessings, but we get caught up in the how, the process of getting there. So I don't think that this job or this project or whatever it is the end game. It's just a means to the end. So Spirit is saying don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Yes, we know that you, again, your attention to detail is impeccable. Your ability to manage projects efficiently is impeccable. But sometimes what you have to realize is your ability to be a team player and to know when to back off versus when to, force an issue is just as much of a skill. And this is your time to display that skill in this setting. So yes, you may not be involved in the capacity in which you would like, and maybe you see people struggling as a result. This is not the time to get in the ego space, right? Also, nothing is yet set in stone. So you being willing to be a team player could open the door up for you to have either the title you wanted or something even greater in the near future, because you learn to be like water, as the great Jet Li says. Be like water, which means go with the flow. Don't try to fight the current. Everything in flow. So take action, jump on the opportunity, but leave your pride and ego at the door. Have faith that your dreams will ultimately come to the forefront and come into fruition. This is a vehicle to get there, though, and you have to be willing to take the hand that is being gifted to you by spirit, even if it's not in the way you felt like it should have came. All things in due time. So let's take a look at some tarot to get more money messages for you. And then we're going to wrap it up. If you're still here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Today is my last set of signs for the week. And then I think I'm going to Friday, I think. I know I'm doing all signs for Friday, but I think I'm going to be on camera. I feel like I have to reconnect every so often. And I have not been on camera since I started my channel back in March or April. Whenever that was. So Friday's all signs video for the weekend will lay eyes on each other. Okay, I feel like it's important. Or at least you'll see me and energetically I'll feel you. Okay, I hope that didn't sound weird. What are the tarot messages for money for Virgo? Don't call the people on me. Okay. Sorry, I'm not reading reversals. Future. Yeah, this is more on the this is more elaboration on the oracle message. So yeah, it's definitely about some kind of group effort, you know, and it's frustrating you. It's like you did a lot of planning and meditating, manifesting over this situation. You had it in your mind, in your dream state, right? You had this image of it going a certain way, right? And now you're in the process of trying to balance out that image with reality. You feel like you've invested a lot into this situation, so it's only fair that you get back what you've put in, and it's only fair you be appointed with the responsibility, the title, or the pay for some of you, based off of what you put in. But the end game is much bigger than that. I mean, it's about the money, it's about the title, but this isn't the place. We're not in the end game state yet. So Spirit is saying, have some strength, have some patience. The strength card isn't literally strength, but have some balance and understand all things in due time. Just because you did this yesterday doesn't mean I owe you today. Spirit says, do you want me to give you what I have for you today? It's not going to be what I had planned for you 2 weeks from now. It's not going to be as great. And if you know what I had planned for you 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks from now, what I had brewing, you wouldn't be so impatient. I feel like a blockage for you all, and what could potentially be a blockage for your advancement and your financial advancement and your actual career advancement, is you feeling like trapped. Seven of Cups is about having options, but I feel like if you get into this place in your head where you feel trapped, it almost shuts you down. Like, if I can't have it how I want it to be, or how I feel like it should be, I'm not going to energetically contribute to it anymore. And Spirit is saying you do not want to do that this week. So again, it's not about you being a simp, or yes ma'am, or yes boy, or you get what I'm saying? It's about being a team player and being patient and exercising some trust in spirit. It's not so much about these 3D earthly beings around you. It's about your relationship with spirit, your relationship with God. Do you trust him or her to do what they said they would do? And if you do, then why are you pouting and deciding, well, if I can't have the options that I wanted, then I'm just going to take my ball and leave? Spirit is saying what you need to do is plan for what the situation is that you're in. Look at your options and then make plans to move forward in the best way possible with the hand you've been dealt right now, because there is so much more in the works for you if you can handle the lesson in this on patience, on humility, on teamwork. Okay, so that was pretty much to the point. So once again, I hope this helps. Please like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, my dear Virgos, y'all have a great one. Bye.